it's like the fucking UFO hearings up on Capitol Hill, right? I don't know how many times I've had to sit and listen to, I've seen some stuff. I can't tell you what the stuff is.
Yeah.
It's hidden stuff, but I've seen some stuff.
I know. I get so tired of it all.
Yeah. And I think there's something out there, right? I'm not, again, I agree with you in the sense that, we're certainly not the only ones out here floating around, right? I don't know what it means. I don't know whether we've been visited or anything like that. But every time there's a UFO hearing, it's sort of that same thing. It's that tantalizing, like, oh, look, he's talking, and then
the thing about the release of those documents, though, that seems to me that's something that you would document. Like, so
yes.
Rather than say, I killed JFK, I'm going to write, where do I sign? Instead of that, that's more tangible. Like, if the government had recovered some crash in 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, and it really was an alien spaceship, that seems like something they would document.
I agree, and I think that's worth pursuing in a big way. They should. Look, there needs to be more transparency about it, but. And it's also the same like with the COVID files, if there's such a thing as COVID files. But sure, go through and look. I mean, transparency, to the degree that you can, where, you're not releasing national secrets that are going to get people killed, great. But the Epstein files, so I think there's real value in saying because the government always overclassifies, and it's unnecessary, and it creates this distrust, I think, half the time of the
for
public.
Sure.
Yeah, they just like, what the fuck? We don't believe anything you're saying now.
Yeah.
So release everything. Let the chips fall. Because I don't think there's a lot of information there, but I do think with the UFOs, all the documentation of and the investigations that took place of unknown sightings, but it's still going to not convince people that we're not holding on to, crashed spaceships.
Well, when you've got guys like David Grush, who's the whistleblower that comes out and says, not only do we have these ships, but we have biological entities.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, maybe explain yourself a little more. Right? I mean, you've already come out. You kind of like opened your kimono a little bit. Let's, just fucking say what you know, and then put it to rest. Maybe you got an obligation to do that, right? I mean,
I think he wants to, according to him.
Yeah.
But he has to get clearance.
He's already pushed that door open, right? I mean,
I don't know.
As an individual, right?
He explained on the podcast that he's authorized to say what he's already said, but nothing more, and he has to be very careful. But then again, it's like, how do I know?
Yeah,
How do I know that's not horseshit?
I know that's the problem, and that's going to be the problem with the release of the files. Is
also,
it's just going to be unsatisfying.
If I was going to obscure some sort of a government propulsion system that's like 50 years ahead of anything we could imagine, that's how I would do it. I'd obscure it by saying, "Oh, there's some fucking alien technology that's available, and we don't really know how to use it, but they do visit us from time to time, and occasionally they crash."
Well, look, they came over to New Jersey. Remember the drones over New Jersey?
Right. Yeah. But now the Trump administration has said they were running some tests, and those were ours.
Yeah. So why wouldn't the Biden administration say that? What the hell? I mean, what's the point?
Maybe you should tell me.
Well, I do know, but I'm not authorized to say.
We got to get you in a skiff.
Yeah, but I know some stuff. Yeah. I just can't say the stuff.